Excellent. All right, so you guys already saw the video of Mike and Mike cutting a hole in the deck there and laying down lights so we can see inside home again, and also creating all those work orders so that we can pass them out to students so that they can stay directed and kind of emulate the real work environment of going and tackling specific tasks on a job. So it's been a really awesome experience for students. It went fantastic. Passed out those work orders. Students were eager and battling each other to try to get different work orders, and we tasked them to work, and they did a phenomenal job. We think it overall probably took about 20, maybe 25 hours of work on all the different projects, removing the engine, taking the fluids out, so on and so forth that you're going to see in the video. Check it out. You're going to really love it. And this has just been an awesome project. Hope to do one again soon.
Tim and was tasked with removing the bilge pump from home again, moving the weight of the engine, which we're going to be doing a repower. So this is the old manual bilge pump, making room for some improvements.
How was it down in the cockpit floor there when you went to take it out?
Actually, it was quite a bit of room. I was surprised. It was much more cozy than, or comfortable to work in than I was expecting.
You think that pump was still working?
There's a good chance. It's hard to say. The good thing is it hasn't had to be used in the past, but I don't know if I'd count on it working now. So.
All right, we'll have Mike take it back to his shop and inspect.
That's right.
Okay, Jaden, home again. What are you working on today?
Today, Mike took off the anchor and the anchor winch chain and all the stuff that goes in the anchor locker. And
Why'd he do that?
he's doing it so that he can do an inspection on it to make sure it's all working.
Perfect, okay.
Me and him removed the anchor winch because it needs some paint and service. Has a couple corrosion on the bottom.
Yeah, copious amounts of corrosion and flaked paint I see here. So he'll take it to his shop and spruce it up, and then you'll help him put it back on?
Yep.
Well, that doesn't have anything to do with the new engine, but needed to be done, so
Yeah.
thanks for doing that.
Yep.
What you doing up there, Mike? Just talked to Jaden. He took your winch off?
Took the winch off. Yep.
What's that got to do with the engine?
Keeps the boat in place when the engine isn't running and we're close to the beach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I guess it was time.
We're plugging through holes here.
Oh, keeping the rain out while we're sitting here.
Keeping the rain out.
We almost got you all the way under cover, but just not quite.
Not quite.
Good enough, though.
Good enough.
Tim took off this pump that was down underneath the cockpit floor there that's getting cut out, and Mike took it apart to see if it needed any work, and I think it's beyond work. This one's not going to be saved, so good thing he didn't need this in emergency. With every other old boat, you should test and inspect, and this thing he really couldn't where it was located very easily, but look at that inside. Yeah, too crusty. We can't fix this one. I think we'll be doing a little replace.
Go ahead, yeah.
What is the shaft seal tight?
Cut the mounting wire.
Condition with that.
And you definitely want to pick up anything in case it's a steel boat or something.
What are you looking at down there?
I'm looking at the shaft seal.
The shaft seal?
It's a stuffing box.
Okay. Flexible or fixed?
That is fixed, right? Doesn't look flexible.
Is there a rubber hose?
There's a rubber hose.
Big rubber hose coming out the back?
Yeah.
It's slightly flexible.
Okay.
To me,
So
in my
the pins are
mind,
gone.
fixed is like bolted to the
I see.
hard fiberglass type
Okay.
thing,
Did you get that?
Yeah. What was the condition of it?
Yeah, it's some corrosion on it.
Right, so then we back that set screws.
And then the
Good.
shaft.
Yeah.
2 set screws in there. There's nothing else in there.
I don't know what that means.
No, not that I could see all the way around. There's a pin, there's a key
Yeah.
here,
Are there
Cool.
and
multiple set screws in there? For the stacked?
there's two right here.
Right,
Yeah.
but are there stacked or is it just one in the hole?
Oh, right, there is. That's a good point.
That's the shaft.
Yeah.
And actually, I do not see a. Or do I? Hold on. No, there is not.
Okay.
Yeah, I would see an Allen key down there.
Yeah, like a little set
Yeah.
screw.
I know
nut.
they've been figured out,
Yeah.
so I'm not sure if I'm
All right.
Yeah, good thinking.
Things like
What's next?
shaft overhang.
Next.
Next task, simply after getting the set screws out, and verifying it's ready to go was just to get a puller in there. And since coupling is fixed, the shaft is what's free, but we could use that 2-jaw puller right there and just push the shaft free of the coupling through the transmission and get it freed up. And then you'll see they jump down to the bottom of the boat and we start working on, well, the shaft in theory could come out, but there was some barnacles and other things to do. But yeah, just a little pressure and the shaft came out nicely. And that's one step closer to getting the engine out.
Nice, got her a little tighter, excellent. Always leaving our little nut on there, very good.
Good to go.
It'll last for years.
I've never done that before. I know you're talking.
Success.
It's a boy.
It's a boy. Merle, do you know the bike chain trick?
Bike?
Hell yeah, the bike chain. Check it.
No, I haven't seen this magic made yet.
Yeah, this is an art special. Just go once around with the chain. Just so they lay on either side of each other. Yeah, you got her. There you go. Yeah, this is art.
Doing this with
If you're trying to do it with like just a hand wire brush, it just takes forever, right? I mean, you could take a grinder with a wire wheel or something. This is fast because it just takes all the big stuff off, and then you just come hit it with a little Scotch-Brite pad, and it's nice. I think you're pretty much good there. Here, hit it with this. And one little shot with that guy, you're probably plenty good. And then the moment of truth. I think it'll come. No? So yeah, it took us about 25 hours of student time to complete all of the work orders. And of course, that's with the real life, hiccups such as stuck bolts on the bottom side of that transmission and, learning these tech tips with the bicycle chain there. There's Dave testing it out as they remove that shaft. So all just very awesome, authentic learning for the students. And yeah, what a fantastic opportunity and really a great way to show the students the ropes and what a real project looks like. So really enjoying this project.
Oh, we got it. All right. Awesome.
Oh, yeah, there she
Wow,
goes.
that was pretty cool.
Very cool, very cool.
Very nice.
Bicycle.
Let's see what these guys are up to here. All right. What do we have going on here? We got Charlie and Aziz. What are you boys doing?
We're pulling the tranny fluid out.
Pulling transmission fluid out and
removing the transmission.
Excellent. A proper job. They're pulling the gearbox. Tyler, what have you been up to?
We pulled the exhaust elbow. I should say Merle pulled the exhaust elbow, and he's working on pulling the coolant next.
And exhaust hoses.
Exhaust hoses, yeah.
And coolant. There's Merle. Good job, Merle. Do your yoga every day.
Keep your lumber.
Draining coolant. Excellent.
All right. I got a bite off.
Okay, so here we have Justin here. Justin, tell us what you're doing.
We're going to get this pipe out of our way so we can make clearance and get out of the hole here. And I'm going to whack it right about there.
All right, so let me get a better angle here. So what he's going to do is going to cut the exhaust riser off because honestly, as you can see, it's pretty well corroded and it's tough just getting much purchase on the thing here. And we got diesel spill. We're not going to bust out the torch quite yet. So we figure it's pretty shot anyways. We cut it somewhere in the middle. Saves us enough meat when we get to the bench. We can put some heat on it, get a good pipe wrench on it, get some purchase, remove that, and then just replace this standpipe for our training aid. But by removing this thing, it buys us a lot of room for clearance. So right now we're just about 3 inches too long fore and aft. So we get rid of that 6 inches, we should be golden. All right, have at it.
So this is one of those things, Matt and the crew were totally right on. As a technician, you got to decide how we're going to get this thing apart. It was hanging off the front of the motor. There's interference for pulling the engine, and yeah, it was just not really, that part's, we wouldn't put it back in service anyways, that 45 Street L and this piece of pipe, probably all of it. At this point in time, if we were rebuilding the engine or doing a complete service, then, you know, we'd be replacing these parts. And so often it's just a lot easier and quicker, instead of heating and penetrating oil and stuff. Just get the saw, whack it off, get her quick, get her done, put it in the shop where you got better tools and can work on it easier. Nice work, Justin.
Piece of cake. Well done. And I think now, just so nobody cuts themselves, I'll go grab a grinder or file. We'll just clean that up just a bit. Excellent. We are ready to pull this engine.
Somebody's already spun on it.
What's it like, Johnny?
It's looking good. We're doing a wheelie now.
Right.
He's got it braced.
Full
With a-
front wheelie.
Yep. Engine's completely loose.
No, it's done. There's no getting it off.
Yep.
I mean, there's got to be. It's not a wrench that's going to do it.
Right. Vice grips will work, or the pipe. Since the pipe
Vice grips, or you can
Like-
cut it off.
You gotta get in. Yeah. One way in our head, it has to
I
come out.
cut it off.
It has to come out.
Yeah. Let's go get a grinder and cut it off.
We can cut it off.
Because even the vice grips are.
Because it's just totally cammed out at this point. Is that the sitch? Eric, how goes it?
Well, you know, if we have a.
Practically perfect.
Let's have a look at this mess.
It's not really that bad because there's nothing that's going to fit in that slot.
Vice grips it, you grab it.
Couldn't get enough torque on it to turn it over.
And that little mini pipe won't be able to. So the issue here is this little bugger was really hard to get at, especially when it was down there and you couldn't get in the side of this. So now they've got her lifted, much better access. What can we grab it with? So check it out. The answer here was the parrot plier, which someone had told us were awesome. Got a pair. They looked like they'd probably be pretty lame. So what we tried doing was getting a pipe wrench, a little baby pipe in here that we could then put a cheater bar on and get at. Problem was a little too thick. So we were gonna take this to the grinder to thin it, but then we were like, let's try the fancy parrot pliers. They actually work, so we got them cracked loose now. Added a little heat, we should mention also yesterday. I probably should have gone at the torch a little bit better, but good to go. So Aziz is gonna drop this pig.
Yes.
Yes.
We need to come up or no?
Count of 3.
Okay, so Aziz has got them all dropped, and moment of glory.
All right, you're free.
Oh, there she blows. There she blows.
That's a 400-pound transmission.
Well done. I know, he's just a brute. 400 kilos, I think, you know. Aziz has got
Nice
it.
job.
Check out the dry plate. So first inspection there. Dry plate's looking actually fairly healthy.
Pretty nice.
Not too bad in there. Springs mostly tight. That one's a little loose. A little loose there, but
Oh, I
a
see.
little baggy.
So they
but-
shouldn't be loose,
but-
huh? If more like that. Like
yeah, when they're new, they're pretty darn tight.
That.
But I mean, honestly, it's passable.
Should you replace this while we have it out already?
I would.
You would.
I
Okay,
would
okay.
if I was going right back on with
Yeah,
this,
okay.
and I'm like, well, when is this last done?
Right.
15 years ago. Yeah, just put
Right.
it on, a couple $100. Who
Yeah.
cares?
Yeah.
Beautiful. There she is.
Nice job.
Nicely done, gentlemen. The supervisor.
Nice. I'm the supervisor.
This is great. Mike is staying motivated and helping the crew. I don't know if it's day 3, 4, whatever, of removing old equipment. He's telling me to stay back. He's worried I'm going to get this stuff all over my camera. It's totally fine. Look at all that. Anyways, we're just looking for the heads of the fasteners so that the students could keep going on work orders and get that strut removed. And so somebody had to get the sweatshirt on and the mask and the ear protection, and it was Mike.
Removing the strut here. they're all coming. Slowly but surely. I'll get you a real screwdriver. They're all busted loose now.
A little bit more. Got it. Yep. Hey, it's all you. Hey, it's Aziz. Me and Eric. Eric took the tranny out.
Took the train. Did it come out easy?
Oh, it did come out. Yeah.
Except for those bolts I heard that were stuck. A couple hours.
This one down here, was too tight to get anything into, and it was a weird size. And then this was, kind of sealed on to the flywheel housing.
Okay.
Other than that, see, we had to remove a space to remove the shaft from here onto the floorboard.
Yep. Took a little hoisting, a little maneuvering around, and parrot jaw pliers. That's what did the trick.
There we go.
That's what got in here because nothing would fit back there.
Excellent. Okay. Okay. Who do we have here?
Hi, I'm Justin, second year student.
I'm John, second year student.
Boom. What did you guys do up there?
Well, we had a clearance issued and I cut off the excess exhaust without damaging the main part. We just had some sacrificial pipe that we didn't need anymore. We cut it right through it.
Well, we'll need when we make it into a training aid, but that's easily replaceable. Okay. What about this?
Pulled out the console and the wiring harness for it. It was seems like an easy task, but it was with all the wire, the tie ties, and everything just being routed through there. It was being contorted to get up underneath there to snip everything out.
Yeah.
Tyler helped me get it, but we got it all out in one piece.
All right. Excellent. Lots of work getting done. Incredible. What is this?
Oh, this is the strut with the cutlass bearing. Justin was inside and took the nuts off and drove the bolts back through so I could pull them out. And then as soon as the bolts were clear, all I had to do was grab the bottom of this and rock it a little bit, and it fell right out.
Popped right off. Okay, now we got some holes in the bottom of the boat
Now
to
we got
fix,
some
apparently.
holes.
All right, gentlemen, what did you do over there on Home Again?
I'm Aziz, and we removed the shaft and the propeller. And this is Tyler.
I'm Tyler. We used a prop puller to go ahead and remove this. We were able to clean off the clean off the shaft with the bicycle chain trick.
Oh, thanks, Art, with the tech tip.
Yep, and you can see the bicycle chain.
Got all the barnacles and it slipped right out?
Yeah, and then found that there was some wear back here on where the packing was. Yeah. And so saw that the packing was really old and hard and wasn't being lubricated anymore, right?
Right, and nearly impossible to get at underneath that engine.
Underneath the
That's the
V-drive.
disadvantage of a V-drive.
Yep.
Terrible access.
So we were able to press it out from the inside and it came right out.
Pressed the
Shaft out of the
inside,
cup.
pressed it from so pushed it out, and then
Came out pretty well.
I guess pretty soon we're going to have to pull that engine. Once we got the shaft out, look at that and the prop off. Crevice corrosion. We teach that in Electrical 3, a whole unit on corrosion. But the shaft is to the end of its life. If we were doing this differently and just doing a transmission or rebuilding the motor, we'd also be buying a new propeller shaft, because that is that to me is a significant amount of corrosion, and we wouldn't trust that to be put back in service. It's a real heavy casting. So it looks like yesterday we got a strut off, gauge panel, wiring harness, transmission, exhaust elbow. I do believe I see some saw marks. I'll have to get the story on that.
Where's that?
That's one way to take her off.
Yeah, yeah.
C basket. Excellent.
Look how that casting is.
We're going to be pulling that motor.
The flange on
pretty
this
soon.
side, the flange on that side. I don't quite understand that.
Saildrive will be.